Hello everyone. Welcome to Taylor's Digital Open Day. Thank you for joining us today here live as we're going to talk about our topic of the day, starting on the right foot, along with our team, What's Your Game Plan? My name is Summer Ong and I'm currently studying Bachelor in Digital Media Production. Here we have some amazing speakers joining us today. We have, of course, Professor Dr. Rusli, Head of Taylor's School of Medicine. How are you, Dr. Rusli?
Fine, thank you. Thank you, Summer.
Nice to hear that. Next, we have Umar, a proud Taylor's alumni himself who graduated with a degree in International Business and Marketing. Doing great there, Umar?
Hello. Yes, I am doing great, Summer. How are you doing today?
Nice. I'm also, it's early in the morning, quite sleepy also. So we have also invited a hardworking scholar. Yeah, we're also having a hardworking scholar herself, Amelia, who's currently studying Bachelor of Laws in Taylor's. How are you, Amelia? Are you sleepy as well?
No, I'm awake. I'm lawfully amazing right now, Summer.
That's great. Last but not least, we also have Kenneth, who's currently studying Bachelor in Taylor's. How are you coping with the pandemic, Kenneth?
Coping really well. I'm also doing great. Early in the morning, a bit tired.
Yeah, same. I'm also trying to cope with the change to having virtual classes instead of physical classes right now because of the pandemic. Now, Dr. Rusli, you're a professor of public health medicine and also the head of School of Medicine, Faculty of Health and Medical Sciences in Taylor's. Not to mention, a professor yourself in many previous universities. It's amazing that you have all that experiences. So with all that, how do you measure the good standing of a university from an academic point of view?
Thanks, Summer. Thanks for the compliment. Well, the journey from USM to Monash to back to Taylor has been fantastic. And looking at the top universities in the world, right? I think we have what it takes to be a top university. So the first thing I guess is the standing, QS ranking. As you know, Taylor's University is the top private university in Malaysia and also in Southeast Asia, right? So and we are moving from strength to strength, basically. But I guess the most important measure is the students. That's what I always say. I think the students, our current student, postgraduate, undergrad, alumni, and looking at what they say about the university, that's very important to us. And of course, Taylor's being what it is, we can see there is a fantastic environment, place to how shall I say, live, not just to study, where to live and to socialize and to work. And I think it's a very holistic environment for students here. That's what I can say, and very immersive and very tolerant and very happy, And despite even the pandemic now, you can see that the students are still having a lot of interaction, even online, and perhaps when they come back to campus, they can now engage again just like they do before. So I think those are the main one. And then facilities, we have great facilities here, like in the medical school we have, for instance, right? In Lakeside we have a lot of facilities for students, and we have our clinical school in Sungai Buloh, right? So I think this, as I said earlier, it's a mix, it's the holistic environment for students. I think there are also clubs for students, as I understand it, and the student can mix around and cut across discipline, right? Not just within your silo. So I think it's to me, if I can do my life again, I would love to join Taylor's. Thank you, Summer.
I legit have friends who really see Taylor's as if it's their second home. They're so happy when the CMCO came back and that they can go back to uni because they legit wants to stay in Taylor's themselves, in Taylor's. Yeah. So speaking about picking a good standing university, what was it like for your transition from pre-university to university, Kenneth? Was it difficult or confusing?
Good question. Actually, the transition was actually very smooth. It felt like I was still in pre-U, honestly. Because when I transitioned, it felt like the only difference was my lecturers and my course mates. That's about it. Taylor's made the transition very, very smooth for me.
What about you, Umar? What was it like for you?
My university life has been so long ago. I'm trying to remember things. Like I'm seeing like all these like fresh faces. It's like, wow, I
Yeah.
feel so old, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I joined Taylor's, it was during, I think, end of 2015, and
Ah,
my choices for yeah, it was so long ago. I know.
that's so long
My
ago. Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my choices, the reason why I chose Taylor's is because Taylor's itself had a reputation within itself, like a good
Mm-hmm.
reputation, reputation within itself. So I basically had to manage to convince my father to
Mm-hmm.
join the university. Actually, he wanted to put me somewhere else. I don't want to say where, but he wanted to put me somewhere else. But then I managed to convince him because of the reputation that Taylor's has, as being
Ah.
the one of the top private universities in Malaysia and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and how about the facilities as well. So I took a degree that fits with what I wanted to do later in life, which is
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to work more in startup companies, in corporate.
Mm-hmm.
So I took international business and marketing. So it's like a joint degree, you could say. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I was quite afraid of going into a whole different environment and afraid of like what's coming next, like what Umar has said, choosing a course. I was afraid like if I'm gonna choose the right course or the wrong course or the right uni or not. So what about you, Amelia? Like, can you also share with us on your first impression of Taylor's, the open day orientation? What was it like? Did it meet your expectations?
Yes, the open day was very happening because it happened on campus actually, and there was like a live band, there were booths set up, and there were counselors and students also. So the
Yeah.
students gave a very very honest feedback, and it was very good to see it from a student's perspective because we're students, we need to hear it honestly from a student's perspective, so like what we're doing right now. So that was very good because it gave me faith that this was the campus that I want to be in because it's so vibrant, it's so happening. And yeah, open day for me really just surpassed my expectations. I did not expect that. Yeah.
You didn't expect that the students would stand out also, then like because normally it's the counselor who's there for you and everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have like any stories that was like stand out for you during the orientation, the open day, perhaps?
For orientation, I remember that they were just not only just talking about meeting new friends and stuff. They were actually, I remember the lecturers, they had us play games, and like they even had taught us about like growth mindset. So I knew immediately like they cared about our well-being and our holistic growth as well. And I knew immediately like, okay, like I think this is a university and a college that I want to belong in.
Yeah. I'm glad that you had a great start in Taylor's. I remember my digital open day. I was quite impressed with the arrangement Taylor's brought out also online, even though it's not physical. So to those who has just joined us, we are currently speaking about the topic of starting on the right foot along with our team. What's your game plan? If you have any questions, do leave a comment below and we will get back to you afterwards. You can also go to our digital OB website for a lineup of curated videos to get the full experience and details to help yourself on formulating your game plan. Right. Speaking about transitioning into university and meeting a certain expectation when it comes to picking the right university for yourself, I would like to ask our alumni here, Umar, what were your factors of considering in picking the right university for you aside from the reputation and the facilities?
Okay. To be fair, if I were to be honest with you, Summer, the reason why I chose Taylor's to be is because of the whole like holistic environment, like had the students.
Yes.
Because I'm not gonna lie, we have a few, influencers studying in Taylor's. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so that's the reason, huh?
No. Back then it was different. It was different. I don't know how it is now. But like it's different. I would say it's different now than it was before. But that was one of the reasons. I was young. Okay, I understand. I was young back then, so it's one of the reasons I chose as well. Also because Taylor's Business School, because I took international business and marketing. So business school is actually Taylor's Business School is actually one of the best business schools in Malaysia, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
basically the reason I took that also, it managed a lot of convincing from my dad to get, and when he read the brochure which I passed to him, which is The brochure is actually quite nice, actually. I gave him the brochure and he actually looked at it and I said, okay, you know what? I agree. I'll enroll you in Taylor's. And yeah, so that's basically the start of my journey of how I got into Taylor's, taking a joint degree in international business and marketing.
So did
Yeah.
it meet your expectation? Are you happy with it? Everything after you graduated?
Oh, I would say actually I would say interestingly, I would say the best years of my life were spent
Yeah.
actually in university. Yeah. Like
Really?
believe it or
Why
not.
was that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because because you know, like I'm just gonna say that well, when you start working, you'll feel like, you know, you just want to go back to studying. Just basically that. That's just, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
tell
they
you
say
that
uni life
right,
is
right
the
now.
best.
Yeah.
They say uni life is the
Yeah,
best.
yeah, they say uni life is the best. But
Yeah.
I would say that, you know, like taking a like joint, because people will say like, you know, oh, why did you take like a joint degree? You know, why you take like
Great.
do two
Yes.
degrees and stuff? Is it like really like pressuring for
Yeah.
you? Like, why would you do
Yes.
that? But the thing about it is that Taylor's actually does have a lot of resources that helps you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say myself, like I'm not the most studious student there is. Like I'm pretty sure there are much more like better students out there other than
Really?
me, like who
Wow.
much more yeah, who much more
Ooh.
rajin. I know, it's very surprising, I
Honest,
know.
honest,
Yes,
honest.
very surprising.
But I managed to graduate. That's one thing.
Uh-huh.
But I would say that the resources that Taylor's gives you in terms of like studying materials or like with lecturers or like like one-on-one approach, like the lecturers are really friendly. You can go meet them like after classes and like, you know, just discuss with them about stuff, things that you don't understand.
Yes.
And those things are what helps you to like basically get you don't only get theoretical skills, you get practical skills as well
Yeah.
when you're studying.
Yes.
So I would say that like even though doing a joint degree, it's not as stressful as you would think. But I don't know, like stress mileage may vary from person to person. But then again, I would say that hey, you know, like I managed to graduate with like second degree honors. So
Others
yeah,
can too.
Wow. So if
Yeah.
Umar can do it, I
others
can.
can too.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much, Umar. I think that can probably give a little boost for all of you who are watching at home to start creating your game plan and choosing what's fit for you. Considering the pandemic right now, I believe that many pre-U students would like to know what is it like to be a Taylorian physically in campus or even being online right now. Amelia, you have joined Taylor before and now you're in Taylor's University, right? What's
Yep.
your journey like physically and virtually so far?
Okay, so I think I can split the two eras of my life. So Taylor's College was for me completely physical. Taylor's University was for me almost like complete virtual. So I remember going to Taylor's College because it was completely physical. I got to really be very actively involved, and I think two words come to mind. It's very fun, and it was very fulfilling. So it was immensely fun because I remember the amount of adventures I had in class, outside of class, and my friend group in SACE, which is the program that I was in. So we managed to have like baking cookies for our project, mock debates, singing in class with our lecturers and stuff. So it was a very friendly and fun environment to learn and not just learn, but to have friendships that will last you for a lifetime. And then, and also because I joined a lot of clubs and societies like Isaac and NGO, where, you know, I led a team. We managed to like clinch an award for like the best Isaac club in Malaysia. So it was a lot of fun opportunities and experiences. And fulfilling because I was involved in a lot of things. So I felt as if my college years were worth it and worth remembering. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds so fun. Yeah.
For Taylor's
so
universities, for Taylor's University, because even though it's completely virtual, I would say not much change aside from lectures in bed, because the e-learning facilities in Taylor's has been in use. Like I'm pretty sure you guys know like rewind lectures, stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So because they already have it, so when the pandemic hit, I didn't feel as if there was much difference in Taylor's uni because it was basically using the same virtual learning platform. So that was very good. Yeah.
I'm glad that you like had a great experience but there's like, is it like a very big difference between Taylor's uni and Taylor's college's experiences?
Oh, I would say one thing. In Taylor's College, it was more of the teachers, the lecturers really guide you and really like they hold your hand. Whereas in Taylor's uni, they're more of, okay, you're on the bike now, and I'm just gonna give you a push in the right direction, but you're on
But
your
they're
own.
still there.
But they're still there to make sure you don't fall.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
guide you,
Yes.
but they let you do what you want. Yeah.
Completely agree. I can completely agree with that. Yeah.
That sounds so fun. Yeah, I think even though I've joined Taylor's during the pandemic, I still got the chance to go back to campus during hybrid season. And my council members, so I joined council, and my council members really made me feel very involved. Even though we only met through virtually, I believe that we can get the full campus experience physically one day once the pandemic is over. So if you guys don't know, Taylor's actually has a program called Taylor's Core Curriculum Framework, TCF. I would like to know, Kenneth, what's your take on TCF? Can you explain to us a little bit about it?
TCF is something like how do I explain this? Not just good in the university environment, but also well in the outside, because they teach skills like communication skills, for example, where it is a lifelong set of skills where you can actually bring it outside of uni. So
Life
I feel
skills.
like even Taylor's itself has like modules like life skills where they teach you uh, how to get through your day to day, for example,
Yes.
how to
Make decisions for
better
the future.
yourself. Yes.
There's also American Makerspace, and
Yes.
those things that I think only Taylor's have, right?
They also have stuff like when the framework ensures that the students have like like the proper lifelong skills with their well-being. They ensure they take care of themselves, and also like academic excellence to make sure that the students are well built themselves when they get
Yes.
outside of uni.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. And I think TCF also, like what Kenneth said, not only just about your mental well-being, but because I've actually been very interested in like American college system, and I found out that TCF is actually very much like, the programs in Harvard, Stanford, Yale, because I noticed that in American universities, they're very all about like customization. And the Taylor's curriculum framework, they allow you to have like, okay, you have your major. Let's say your major is law, like what I'm doing, but you're also interested in performing arts. You can take performing arts as your minor also. And for me, that was
Yes.
mind-blowing because I never knew you could do this in Malaysia. And then I found out that
Yeah.
Taylor's was like one of the first ever universities in Malaysia to offer this like customized degree. I was like, yep, I'm in. I want to do
Yes,
that.
same for
I
me.
want to
That's that's one of the reasons that I joined Taylor's. I got a choice to choose elective as well. So you can choose minor or electives or extension or second major, like what Umar did. Yeah, so I took like some electives. So you, if you like performing arts, you also like maybe medicine, and then you like business, and then you can take one subject from here, so you can learn a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, and it basically makes you pandemic proof, Like it shows the companies you're a globalized student, you have so many different skills, not just like 2 feet wide and 10 feet deep. You expand a whole breadth of knowledge and skills. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Man, I wish I wish like I had that during my time, guys. Honestly, like you guys are so lucky. Honestly, I say that. Oh my god.
Yeah, Summer, when you talk about elective, in medical school we have 2 electives. One is non-clinical elective. Students can go out and do what they like, anything they like for 2 weeks. In year 4, and then we have clinical elective. So I think the elective, as you mentioned, is a window to life. It's not just about learning. You look and it's I think this way I think the holistic part of education in Taylor's is you allow this kind of embracing other subjects, even the performing arts you call it, right? And students are so happy, to do that. Yeah, so fantastic for Taylor's, to be having this elective.
Thank you so much for all of your inputs. So today, to those who has just joined us, we are currently speaking about the topic of starting on the right foot along with our team. What's your game plan? If you have any questions, do leave a comment below and we will get back to you afterwards. You can also go to our Digital Open Day website for a lineup of curated videos to get the full experience and details to help yourself on formulating your game plan. Now, going back to the topic online classes, I would like to ask Dr. Rusli, how has the pandemic affected the way classes are being conducted right now? In what way the Taylor's borderless learning helped in this situation?
Yeah, thanks. When we started, first of all, with a lot of trepidation when we started, no? What to do? I mean, have to forego our face-to-face, right? But actually, it's a blessing in disguise. We found that the online classes were fantastic. There's no issue at all. Just some glitches here and there, but I think we managed to get over it. Even assessment online,
Yes.
and I think the experience from our own student, we asked them about any problem. They're so happy, because people understand that this is the era of the pandemic. Nobody can do face-to-face all the time. And then we also have this what we call bring and click, right? Bring and click is basically is hybrid, right? We have students who can come back to campus doing some, for instance, anatomy practical. No, we capture it on this bring and click, and then those who can't come back, we show it on video and share it. And so I think this is the opportunity. I think it's all this pandemic actually there's a silver lining to it. Opportunity for us to re-examine our methodology, how to teach students, how to engage with students, and at the same time, students also learn to adapt to online learning, teaching, right? Assessment and so
Yes.
on.
Yes.
So I think it's a learning curve for all of us, the teachers, the students,
Yeah.
everyone,
Exactly.
and even the parents. Parents also are.
Yes.
Yeah. They have to watch their the kids, online and so on. So I think it's a fantastic what do you call it, experiment, I call it, no? And I think it's going to go on even after pandemic. We're going to continue with the online thing. Yep.
Yeah.
At
Speaking
least they
about
know
that.
the kids are studying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
My
sitting
niece and
around.
nephew, I see them
Yeah.
like doing online classes, also quite cute. They
Yeah.
know what they're doing. So what's thinking about the e-learning after pandemic? Speaking about that,
Yeah.
what's your generation then?
Yeah. I think look at it, because you like it or not, the e-learning has to go on, because at the moment I think the e-learning is not just pandemic now. It become a sort of a compulsory component of education now. Pedagogy cannot move without e-learning, and many classes now even talking about e-learning, fully e-learning, right? In medicine, for instance, e-learning is a major thrust now in our curriculum, and we have besides e-learning, of course, we have clinical teaching and so on. But I think the e-learning will stay and will be improved from time to time, right? So that it become a
Right.
truly immersive virtual experience. And we are talking now about AI, AI, AR, VR, even extreme XR, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about that. So I think the excitement is that we are going to go futuristic in our methods, in our teaching, and it's a learning curve that's not only for students, for staff, for teachers. We do learn and we learn and relearn and unlearn and relearn, and together we share, together with the student. I think that's the excitement at the moment. We are sharing our knowledge, and everybody is on board, right? And we are caring. The first thing I think you must remember that Taylor is a very caring university. All right, we
Yes.
do care
Yes.
about students.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's
Absolutely.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rusli. Now, I believe that many people would be anxious about their future after graduation, right? So, like, what career pathway they would be on and how to cope with the outside world. So, I would really like Umar, your view on it. The Taylor's internship opportunity. Do you think Taylor's helped to shape you in your career journey so far now that you have graduated and are, of course, in the workforce?
Okay, I'm trying to remember what I did during my internship. No, I know where I remember where I interned. By the way, I remember where I interned. I'm just trying to remember how the process went. Okay, so basically, like, I know Taylor's has an internship course where it's compulsory to take. You can't run away from it. But what it does is basically like, it basically you apply for a company, and with the help of Taylor's, because Taylor's usually have like career fairs that they say, I think they have like 2 career fairs every year. So it depends on which career fair you go to. So you apply for like jobs, you apply your CV, the jobs in the companies and stuff like that. So I managed to get into Maybank Investments.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybank.
Great.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I know, right?
Were you hype
No,
about
but
it that time?
I was, but then again, learning about it, it makes me realize that, you know what, probably working in MNCs is not for me. I rather work in startups. That's why I prefer like going towards more startup based businesses. Yeah. So that's when it's much more of it's much more of a like a rigid and flexible working environment kind of thing. But anyways, let me continue about the internship. So basically, what Taylor's does is during the internship course, they have these guidelines that you have to follow. They have like basically like like a like a check mark kind of thing. Like basically every intern, like everything that you basically, like talk to your, for example, like, I don't know, talk to your supervisor, or something like that
Like
kind
a
of thing.
Yeah,
checklist.
yeah.
Yeah. So these kind of things are the kind of things that, like, like you have to like be more involved in your internship. So it's not just about like just making coffee for your boss, or like,
Yes.
just doing Excel spreadsheets. It's much more like holistic. Like you have to actively ask your supervisor on what you have to do, what is your involvement as an intern.
So you actually
You know?
learn practical skills, lah, not just making coffee.
Yes, you do. And also you make great coffee as well. This is another perk.
Another plus point. True,
So do
true.
you,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so basically those check marks that Taylor's gives you, it gives you a good, because even like, let's say like after your internship, you have to go through your supervisor, and he or she will give you like a brief rundown of like what you did, and basically like, give an honest opinion. Yeah. So what was my honest opinion? Well, okay. Honestly, okay. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I said, I wasn't the most studious student ever. And my supervisor was quite nice. He was quite nice to a person that he knows that every time, like, because I was always come late. That's one thing. Don't be like me, guys. Don't be like me. So I would always come late, but he would be like, when he's giving me the check mark on like things that I did, he'll be like, punctuality. I give you a B lah, because you always come late.
B is good too. B
Can
is
be
good.
worked on.
I mean,
Can be worked
B
on.
is
Not
good,
bad.
but yeah, but like I said, he got my back lah. If you have a good supervisor, it's great. If you don't have a good supervisor, I'm sorry about that. But like, internship experiences differ from person to person. Yeah. So basically, throughout the whole internship, I would say that it's really great that you get to experience like work life, because it's a much more involvement, and Taylor's makes you get more involved in your internship, basically.
So other than
Yeah.
internship, do you have any memorable moments in Taylor's?
Oof. Oh my God. I'm trying to go back to my memory bank on like my experiences on like what I'm trying to. Okay, one of my best experience. I would say that my best experiences is joining clubs and societies, I would say.
Yep.
Because
Agree.
once you're like, like stressful with like, you're stressed with like uni. I'm not gonna say uni life is stressful, but like, studying can be kind of boring sometimes. So fact. But
Yeah.
when you join clubs and societies, it gives you an outlet to be more expressive. Like for example, I joined 2 clubs. I joined the Performing Arts Club in Taylor's, which when after I left, I was so disappointed that they had a performing arts like course, which makes me want to go back to Taylor's and take that. But yeah, but it's more of the people there. Also, the second club I joined was Isaac, which was much more like like Amelia. Amelia is like an Isaac, and I'm an Isaac alumni as well. Hey,
Isaac.
yeah. So Isaac, and basically it teaches you a lot of like skills that you will learn more in corporate. If you want to go in a corporate, that is.
Yeah.
Just teaches you to be like more like corporate based, and makes you more like work ready, I would say. Performing arts is just a place for me to express myself, because as you can see, I'm a very talkative person and I need to express myself one way or another. So performing arts was the way to go. But I would say my experience there was based on the people there. Make friends, make a lot of friends, try to get to know people.
Yeah. Form your squad.
The best form your squad, exactly. Like the best experience, the best time of your life in university is the people that you hang around with. And basically if you have that sort of like I would say support, can you say support? It's like a support.
It's like like you belong. You belong.
Yeah. It's a place where you belong. And honestly, when you have that, it makes you feel welcome, and it makes your experience so much better there.
Exactly. Joining clubs is a good way of getting to know more people as well. So thank you so much, Umar, for your input on your experience. Now, to those who has just joined us, we're currently speaking about the topic of starting on the right foot along with our team. What's your game plan? It's now time to open the floor for all of you who are watching from home. If you guys have any questions, do leave it in the comment section. You can also go to Taylor's Digital Open Day website for a lineup of curated videos to get the full experience and details to help yourself on formulating your game plan. Now, I believe that we have a question here from Joe Wing, and he or she is asking what kind of scholarship perhaps tailors provide if I don't know exactly what to do and what should I prepare for. I would like to direct this question to perhaps Amelia. What do you think?
Okay, so for scholarships, Taylor's offers actually multiple scholarships, and it's one of the main pulling factor that I went to Taylor's also. So there are several. Okay, so there is, for degree, if you're going to university, there is the world-class scholarship. There is merit scholarship, which is based on your academics. There is talent scholarship, which is if you have any talents at all, singing, dancing, acting, whatever. Sports scholarship, excellence award, blah, blah, blah. So many different types of scholarships encompassing so many different areas. So if you don't know what to do, I would suggest you go to Taylor's website, and there is actually a tab where it says scholarships. Click on it and they will give you the full list of scholarships. And if you want to know what to prepare for it, just know that for your merit scholarship, you need to work on your academics. For your talent scholarship, you need to work on your extracurriculars. So everything is there on the Taylor's website. Just go click on it and you'll be set.
Yes, don't think it's too hard. If you never try, you'll never know.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Amelia and Joey, for that question. Here we have another one from Oliver, which I think we can have perhaps Kenneth to answer this. So he's asking, can I take a science subject if I pick an art major?
Yes, but there are prerequisites. So what that means is, let's say if you want to take microbiology, for example, you might need to take biology first. So as how Taylor's offered the elective, so you can choose like from different faculties, this and that. If let's say you were to take art as your primary major, you can take science as an elective, but there are certain prerequisites that you may need to complete first. Not all, but some that are slightly more difficult. For example, microbiology again, you might need a prerequisite. Yes.
Yes, I'm also from art stream actually, and I'm taking an elective which is from the science stream. So yes, technically you can. So yeah. Thank you so much. Let's proceed perhaps with another question on the floor from Joe Wing. So he or she is asking, Dr. Rusli, will I be missing out on a lot of skills in the workforce now that everything is online? Of course, let me direct this question to Dr. Rusli.
Yeah, thanks. People have asked me before, what happened to doctors? Do we have now producing virtual doctors? It's not really true. Doctors, no? And I'm also worried if I have only virtual doctors. Actually, our curriculum and exam, we have already, as I said earlier, we have already taken into account this issue about the pandemic now. So at the moment, I think even our assessment that we conducted in the final exam, actually is a hybrid. We have virtual, we have online for theory, but for clinical, I think it's the one they're worried about clinical. We have all this is face to face. We bring in a stable patient to our clinical school in Singapore, right? So we have the actual face to face, of course, with strict observance of the SOP and so on, right? So we have examiners coming in. I'm an examiner myself, right? So we examine our student, in a face-to-face environment for clinical, long case, short case, and OSCE and so on. So I think it's at the end of the day, it's a mix. It's in terms of your skill, your theoretical skill online, no issue, but clinical skill are preserved. So rest assured that the doctors that graduate from Taylor's University, they are not virtual doctors, right? They are real human doctors, good with good skill. And the last exam we had recently, all of them passed.
Wow.
We have and very happy. We got 2 distinction graduate from there. And the comments from the examiners, the external examiners, are fantastic. And that again is a measure of how much effort we put in to ensure that we truly have world-class doctors graduating from Taylor's University. Thank you.
I agree. Actually, also, I was thinking that, let's say if you don't want to be a doctor, let's say you just want to look for more general soft skills like communication, leadership, team management. The thing is, clubs and societies in Taylor's are still fully functioning online. So you can still join any of the clubs and societies, and you'll be exposed to managing events, you'll be exposed to interacting with your friends, you'll be exposed to so many different things because as I said, the clubs and societies are still fully active and they're just online. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Rusli and Amelia, for your input. Now, speaking about doctors, Kenneth, I'm quite curious, like, what's your journey like in Taylor so far as a science student?
My journey so far.
Yeah.
I'd say I actually miss the campus a lot because
Yes.
I
Yes.
clearly remember. Okay, it sounds a bit cliche, but I miss having to stay back to campus, study late in the library with my friends, booking like a small
I
discussion
wish
room
I
in the
had
Oh
library.
that,
yeah. The
yeah,
Yes.
rooms.
experience. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Once
I
you're
wish I have
finished
that
studying,
experience. Mm-hmm.
once you're
Soon.
finished studying, you can go to Mama. Just walk across the lake. Oh, Mama, bring teh ice with your friend, eat Maggie goreng,
The
and just
waffles.
Daily
chill.
life and
Yeah.
sit
Taylor's
beside the
waffles.
lake and everything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Is
why
this,
I feel like
yeah.
Taylor's is. I feel like that's like the perfect campus for me because uh, on one hand, on one side, you can like
Mm-hmm.
be studious, you can study, you can discuss with your friends. If you have any issues, you can meet up with your lecturers. And then
Yeah.
when you want to let go of some of that stress, some of that steam, you can just walk to the other side. You can chill, you can
Look,
eat. There's Starbucks there. You guys can
yeah,
just
yeah,
relax.
yeah. Look at the lake and feed the ducks, something
Yes,
like
I
that.
actually like
Yeah.
sitting. I actually like sitting in front of the lake sometimes at night,
Right.
especially.
Oh
It's
yeah,
Yeah,
very
I
I've
saw a lot
peaceful.
of
tried
people
that.
doing
It's
that.
very relaxing.
Yes,
Very like you can do meditation there as well.
yes.
Yeah.
Very
Talking about it,
balanced.
I
Yeah.
miss campus now.
Me too, even though I haven't really had the experience yet. How is it like very stressful as a science student studying like biotechnology and stuff like that?
I thought it was going to be stressful, but actually
Mm-hmm.
the lecturers are very helpful. If I have any issues, I can just bring it up to them. If let's say I'm I'm quite a shy guy, so I'll normally save my questions towards the end. So when the class is over, I'll just bring it up to the lecturer and ask them personally. I won't like
Same,
just put my hands
same.
up.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So what's your like first impression, like first impression of the campus or during orientation or open day?
Very big. The campus was very, very big. And
Mm.
first impressions of the people there, they were very friendly. Uh,
True,
Mm.
true.
very, very friendly. Especially
Uh,
the faculty members, the lecturers. Yes,
yeah,
they were
yeah. It's
helpful.
true. Yeah. So having talking about science, like let's speak about the pandemic right now. We have the vaccine here in Malaysia now, recently. Can I know what's your take about the vaccine, Dr. Rusli?
The vaccine, the first
Yes.
take is that everybody must be vaccinated. The first one. All right.
Agreed.
Don't listen to all rumors, all fake news. Because I think
Yeah.
that the important thing is that this is an emergency, right? This is
Yeah.
everybody, even now for herd immunity, right? To gain herd immunity, we need to say to have the whole country being protected. You need about 80% of the coverage, at least
Mhm.
80%.
Yeah.
So my take is that even today at to share with you, today at 2:30 we're having our COVID vaccine webinar. You can
Oh.
you can join it if you want to. It's free, right? We have
Oh,
got
nice.
three top speakers. Yeah, we are organizing it. So three top speakers, and we have the same argument. Please get vaccinated because people have already registered on Mas Jatra and so on. Many even
Yeah.
went online. Good, but the main thing is that we must get vaccinated because for your own sake, for the sake of your community, and everyone. So kita jaga kita, take care of all of us, ourselves and our communities, our family and our friends, right? So this is the first one. Please don't listen to rumors. There are a lot of people who are anti-vaxxers. I think it's very dangerous for country, right? Very dangerous
Mhm.
because if you do that, then we will not achieve the so-called herd immunity, and we will forever be having a lot of people in hospital with deaths and so on. So please, so there's so many vaccine now. At the moment, I think Pfizer vaccine is on the line, and the next one could be Sinovac coming in. But I think whatever vaccine it is, all have been tested, right? Our national NPRA have gone through it. It is safe, right? It is safe. Don't listen to all these rumors by people collapsing and so on. This doesn't happen, right? So this is my take, lah. Please, whenever you get the call from Mas Jatra, whatever, please go and get the vaccine. I'm waiting for mine also. All right.
Yes,
So
yes, me too.
yeah,
I'm registered as
yeah,
well.
I registered. Yeah, you please go for it. Have a
Yeah,
good mind, and be brave.
exactly.
Go for it. I think you should be all right.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Rusli. So we have another question here from Amir. And I'm quite curious on perhaps Amelia's, your view on this. So he or she is asking that do tailors have twinning program with overseas university? What do you think?
Yes. So speaking from a law student's perspective, we have twinning programs with Leeds University, Manchester University, which are actually ranked very highly in UK for law. And I believe I think Kenneth, I think for your science stream, there's also some twinning universities, right?
Yeah, some in Australia like RMIT, Sydney University, yes.
Yeah, which are all actually very
Yeah, we
highly
have a
ranked.
lot.
Yes. I actually
Mhm.
wanted
We
to
have
go
a
to
lot.
RMIT, yes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
because there's
Pandemic.
some and then can't really lah.
Yeah, and also for the twinning program, there's actually two options, about close to two options. One is there is the 2+1, so you do 2 years in Malaysia and then you do 1 year overseas. Or there's the 1+2, where you do 1 year in Malaysia and 2 years overseas. And I believe there even is, I think, a program where you can actually do it completely in Malaysia, but when you graduate, you have both certificates from Taylor's University and the overseas university. So that's an option to consider as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for
Yeah.
during my time it was Taylor's Business School. I think it was University of West England in Bristol. Yeah,
I heard
so
of that.
that's one of the things that the one of the universities, if I remember correctly, because like I said, it's been so long since like that. Also, if you guys want to apply, we also have, I don't know if it's still a thing, American degree program.
Yep.
It's still a thing, right? Okay, yeah, good. So like you can just like do your, basically it's like doing a foundation year in university, and then you can apply your credits to a university in the US.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. If you can't do all of that, you also have one more choice, which is might be more affordable, where you can do an exchange program for 1 semester. So basically, you go overseas in any university of your choice, and then you go there for 1 semester, perhaps in UK, and then you get the experience, and then you fly back. Yeah, that's also like a great choice.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I believe that we've gone through quite a number of questions. Thank you for your time, Amelia, Kenneth, Umar, and Dr. Rusli for bringing us through an insightful talk today. I would also like to thank you all who are watching from home for tuning in to today's live session. Hopefully, we managed to help you all out on creating your game plan and starting on the right foot. You can also head to Taylor's Digital Open Day website for a lineup of curated videos to get the full experience and details to help yourself on formulating your game plan. For more about Taylor Sphere, TCF, Miracle Makerspace, and life skills, head over to Taylor's website for more information and also about the twinning program. Until next time, from all of us in Taylor's University, take care, stay safe, and hopefully to see you on campus soon. I'm Summer Ong. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Join